They laughed when Amaka said she was marrying Chinedu. In the dusty town of Umueze, everyone believed love could not pay bills, and Chinedu had nothing except his hands and his hope. He repaired broken radios and televisions under a mango tree beside the market, earning just enough to survive. When Amaka brought him home to meet her family, the room went cold. Her uncle asked if this was the man she wanted to waste her life with. Her cousins laughed openly. Her mother cried in silence. Someone whispered that all her education had led her to this shame. But Amaka held Chinedu's hand and said she did not want wealth, she wanted peace. That day, some of her family members walked out on her. Their wedding came quietly, without pride or celebration. Plastic chairs filled the compound. There was no canopy, no music band, no cow was slaughtered. Amaka wore a borrowed gown and smiled through it all. As they danced, someone muttered that the marriage would not last 1 year. Chinedu heard it and smiled on the outside, but inside his heart cracked. Marriage tested them immediately. They lived in a single room where rainwater entered through the window. Amaka woke before dawn every day to sell food by the roadside, while Chinedu worked late into the night repairing electronics. Some customers refused to pay him. On nights when hunger sat between them, Chinedu would stare at the wall and say Amaka deserved better. She would look at him and reply that if she left when life was hard, then love would mean nothing. One evening, Chinedu's childhood friend arrived in a big car and laughed when he saw their room. He dropped some money on the table and told Chinedu to manage it. After he left, Chinedu broke down and cried like a child, ashamed that his wife had to suffer because of him. Amaka said nothing. She simply held him. Months later, Amaka noticed something others ignored. Chinedu was gifted. He repaired electronics better than anyone around, and people trusted his work. She encouraged him to start recording short repair videos and posting them online. At first, nobody watched. Days passed with no comments, no likes, no hope. Then one video suddenly spread. Another followed. Messages started coming in. Companies called. An invitation came from Lagos. Chinedu was afraid to go, but Amaka told him she would hold the home while he chased the opportunity. 2 years later, Chinedu returned to Umueze in a black SUV. He owned a tech repair company, trained young people and spoke at events. The same relatives who once mocked Amaka now called her their daughter. Her uncle came with wine. Her cousins asked for help. Someone even said they had always known Chinedu would succeed. Amaka only smiled. At a family gathering, someone finally asked her how she knew her husband would make it. Amaka replied calmly that she did not know he would succeed. She only knew he would never give up. The room fell silent. That night, Chinedu held her hand and told her that when the world laughed at them, she stayed. He bought her a house and put it in her name, not for pride, but for gratitude. And in Umueze today, their story is told as a lesson that you should never laugh at a woman who chooses love.